So many players don't think they actually need to do this shot, but really they are always struggling with this in their game and they need to be watching this video. Hi guys, Sandy here. We have so many students that are worried about hitting chiquitas and lobs and angles here and you know, special type of shots, but they don't have their basic forehand down. And if you don't have your basic forehand, then you will never reach a kind of high, intermediate or advanced level. So this video, we're going to go through the techniques and some common errors of what you should be doing with your basic forehand. So we're going to teach in this video your forehand before the glass, but the idea is that the simple technique that we learn here that you hit before the glass would be the same technique that you're going to use after the glass as well. And that's why it's really important to get this technique good, because it will make the whole part of your game at the back of the court a lot easier if you can get these technical steps in place. So the really important part of this forehand is this early preparation. Now, we've talked about it before in other videos, but the idea is that as soon as you recognize that the ball is going to go to your forehand side, whether you're going to hit before the glass or after the glass, you want to immediately turn your shoulders. Now you can see that I'm taking my left hand with me across here because it's keeping my shoulders turned. My racket goes back to this position here. I'm nice and compact. I'm not swinging, you know, with a big looping swing like you might have in tennis. And then I'm going to start my preparation for the shot. It's not like tennis where you kind of move and you prepare as you go. You want to make sure that this racket preparation is really quick, because if you're going to make the decision before or after glass and you decide to go after the glass, if you're in this position here, it's going to be so much easier to hit the ball. Yeah, so from your position here, short, compact take back as early as physically possible. You then want to get your feet into a position that you can swing through and have a nice flat contact on your forehand. Now I'm going to link up to here about the importance of hitting flat with your ground strokes, but on that contact you want to be nice and balanced over your shot so that when you hit that contact you can then regain your position and then recover to the correct court position. Now when it comes to the base for this shot, you've obviously got a couple of different options. Yeah, you can go into a neutral stance where you're side onto the ball and you're going to hit the ball like this. You can hit with an open stance as well, where you're stepping across like this with your right foot and then you're going to play your shot like that. Now, as a recommendation, if there's any ball that is in front of you and you've got the time, then it's ideal to go into that neutral stance, to move up the court and to hit the ball, you know, from that balanced position, rather than waiting for the ball to come to you and stepping with the other foot and then hitting, you know, in a kind of open stance with that forehand. Generally speaking, the open stance is used when you don't have time to get into that position with a neutral stance. For example, if the ball is moving to your right hand side and you want to step open and hit like that. Again, you keep good balance with your legs and nice control. If the rest of you is stable, then it's going to be much easier for you to have a stable and consistent contact. Now, when it comes to your decision about the footwork, please make this decision based on, you know, the best in your given scenario. Don't do it out of laziness, and that's something that we often see. The ball comes here and players just step open, being a little bit lazy, you know, with their right leg and then hitting the shot, and you can't have the same stability on that shot. And like we said, it's the same before the glass as it would be after. If you're going to hit the ball after the glass, you want to be in a nice neutral position like this, because that is the best, most stable way to hit that shot if you can. When it comes to errors for this shot, almost all of the errors are to do with a late preparation. Yeah, players are either missing the crucial split step, so they're not bouncing when their opponents are hitting the ball, or they're ball watching and they're not actually preparing until the ball bounces on their side and it's last minute, and then they really need to rush their swing. Yeah, you want to make sure that you split step when your opponents contact that ball, and as soon as you recognize which side the ball is going, you immediately take your racket back and you start your preparation for the shot. If you do that, you'll almost never be late on the ball. That's, you know, the most important first thing. And the other thing that players often do when it comes to errors for the forehand is the shot selection. Yeah, only play a shot that is within your capability. If you're trying to hit a really powerful, hard, flat shot and the ball is really low, for example, or you're stretched and it's difficult, then you're more likely to make a mistake. Yeah, try and keep all of your forehands within your capabilities. Now this is quite basic technique, but it's so important for your game, and you really got to get this right before you go on to more complicated shots. On this side, I'm going to link to a course that we do, which is called Learn the Basics, and there we cover a lot of kind of similar material of grip, body position, court position, everything like that for the basic shots. Definitely worth going to if you're new to the game. And we're also going to link to a video which is about the reasons why you need to learn to hit flat from the back of the court. If you want to learn how to play better from the back of the court, these are two places you should start.